New Bonus Jack Combo. Fries, a drink, and a burger with your choice of 1, 2, or 3 patties. Starting at just $4.49. Get so much more.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
The Chargers may have made some progress in finding a backup quarterback behind Justin Herbert. Trey Lance, the number 3 pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, was the main story Thursday night in the Chargers' 34-7 preseason win over Detroit in the Hall of Fame game in Canton, Ohio. Lance completed 13 of 20 passes and threw for 2 touchdowns. This is a very important summer for Lance. The Chargers are his 3rd team since he was drafted by San Francisco. Chargers coach Jim Harbaugh is giving Lance another chance. At the moment, Lance is making the most of his opportunity. The Rams play their preseason opener August 9th against Dallas at SoFi Stadium. The LA Sparks are back in action tonight at Seattle. The Sparks have been playing much better lately in the WNBA. They are 6-2 in their last 8. The Dodgers are at Tampa Bay tonight. The Angels are home against the Chicago White Sox. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson. More news, opinions, and conversation when we come forward on KBLA Talk 1580.
At KBLA Talk 1580, we're proud to be celebrating 4 years on the air, but we know we could not have made it this far without you. We work hard every single day to curate conversations that will enlighten, encourage, and empower you. So, from all of us at KBLA Talk 1580, a big thank you for your love and support.
You don't know how much you mean to me.
And by the way, if your smartphone did not update automatically, be sure to download our brand new KBLA 1580 app. We think you'll love all the new features, including new ways to send us photos and video in real time, whenever news breaks, while we're on the air. It's a new dawn, a new day for KBLA Talk 1580, and we're glad you're on this journey with us.
You never turned away, you were right there. Thank you, thank you.
Stuff in the world that's sitting there waiting for you. You must make yourself available to be infused with love. Surrender yourself to its unyielding pull. You can't control the feeling. Might as well see it through.
Yeah, it's still on my Omar. Omar was in the studio yesterday, and I got all the way into that album yesterday in the gym. Just Brighter the Day, it's called, Brighter the Days. And if you're not up on Omar like I wasn't, you need to get on it. Speaking of things you might not be up on, but you need to get up on it, we have a new host around here. She's a sought-after veteran marketing strategist and consultant. She's got a track record in marketing strategy, branding, partnerships, sponsorships, event management, and known for her business acumen. She helps corporate companies build their brands, but she also created her own as an entrepreneur, starting her own business, ROQ Innovation, a product innovation company. She is the host of a brand new show here on KBLA, Entreprenuering.
Yes.
That happens 1 p.m. Saturday. Saturday's a premiere. Raquel Graham, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you
so
very
nice
much.
to meet you.
Likewise.
Yeah, meeting on the mic is a whole thing. So Well, let's start with the most obvious, which is, what is the show, Entreprenuering?
Entreprenuring is a show that will feature businesses, any kind of entrepreneur, meaning that if you've built it and it is operating, I'm very interested in hearing your story. Small businesses, medium-sized, large-sized. A lot of the other podcasts really feature businesses at their peak, whether, if they've exited or if they're, 9-figure companies. And I think that the journey of entrepreneurship is so incredibly difficult that it is really intriguing and inspiring to hear what companies and business owners in particular have done to make it and to keep your business open and alive.
Yeah, it's true. We do a short segment called Wealth Building Wednesday, and you're right. We usually focus on people who have already got their thing on its feet. But there's a lot that comes before that.
Right. Exactly. And really, no matter the size of the company, the journey is usually, there's so many similarities, but everybody has a unique way and is creative in how they dealt with whatever the problem is. It could be financing is always a big one. How they were able to steer the company if it went left and how to get it, right. Things they had to do to streamline operations. The big one is how you scale. So, and then the other thing I love is to hear why people even started the company.
Yeah.
That's always a big one for me.
One of the things I've noticed over the years is that there's things that we don't know. And I include myself in that because I have my own small business. When I started, I didn't even think about marketing. Like, that wasn't part of my budget or my planning.
Right.
I do this. I'm great at it. It's going to just, everyone will know it.
Right. Yeah. Well, it's funny that you say that because now we're in the age of AI.
Right.
So now for business owners, that is it's a blessing if you haven't. If you're not diving in, you have to dive like in. Because it really is like having 5 employees. It just makes your life incredibly easy.
Right, except for those 5 people that were going to have those jobs. It's not great for them.
Well, yeah, that is true.
It's not great for those 5 employees that don't have
is very
Although,
true.
when it comes to very small businesses and many times micro businesses is where African American folks start in the entrepreneurial space. You wouldn't have been able to afford those 5 employees anyway.
That's right. But not only that, I mean, it's one of the technologies that is one of the easiest to use. It's incredibly easy. And when you finally do dive in, because you will have to, like, it's here. It's not like coming. Like,
right. It's not the future anymore, folks.
It's here. And when you finally do use it, you are going to scream at, I wish I was using it earlier. Like, that is how quickly it can change. To do a marketing plan can take you a minute.
Yeah.
Like a really good one. Like one better than you could have spent for the month.
You're saying using AI, it can take you a minute. A literal minute. As opposed to what I thought you were saying, which is developing your marketing plan takes a while.
Yeah, that's it.
Both of those are true. Right.
Yeah. If you know all of the inputs, and because when you use AI, it's basically, they say prompting, which is just putting in the information.
Telling it what to do.
Which, by the way, you can just speak it. And you don't have to speak it like well.
Wow.
Right? So you can say, whatever I'm in this industry and this is our revenue, and like you could just have the numbers and you just talk it. And not only will it spit it out, it will then ask you questions like, would you like me to create a graph? Would you like an org chart? Would you like all of which gets spit out in a minute.
Right. And Miles, who I'm sure you know now, he's our production coordinator, engineer, has been helping me a little bit with AI. He's been pushing it and saying it's here, same thing you're saying, but it does hallucinate.
Yes.
So it can say stuff that's just outright wrong.
That's true. That's true. So I always say that, like anything, you need to, it's as good as the input though, right? So the better information you put in, the better you're going to get out. But it is, so I would say there's nothing that you would do that you wouldn't really read it and vet it and make sure that it's, the context isn't
right,
correct.
You're going to proofread not just for typos, you're going
Right.
to look for factual errors.
Right. But I'd say 85% of the lift is, there's no argument.
And you're one of these persons who believes that AI will create as many opportunities as it takes away? Because some folks are thinking AI is going to replace all of us and we'll either all be starving somewhere or we'll all be lounging on the beach with our universal basic income, drinking umbrella drinks.
No, I don't think the latter at all. It's something that, first of all, you need to try it. Once you try it, then you will see how jobs can be quickly eliminated.
Yeah. I have seen that.
I mean, like,
and that's why I say, like, are you a person that thinks it creates opportunity? Because I read an article where the person was arguing, I can't remember who it was, that just like the internet, when the internet came along and everyone said, oh no, it's going to eliminate jobs, but it created, there was no such thing as an influencer. There was no such thing as a social media manager. Like all of these jobs, or an OnlyFans model that came about because of the internet. Yeah. So the question really is, will AI do the same? Will it create as many opportunities as it ruins? And so is there some wisdom to getting on board so you can figure out what those opportunities are and not be one of the ones that's left behind with no job?
Well, I think what it can do, it can expedite whatever you're trying to do in terms of business, it can expedite it exponentially. So what you would have spent time on in understanding analytics. So like, for instance, Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg just said the other day that now for advertising, they're going to rely completely on AI. Whereas before, as a marketer, you owning a business, you would need to understand the analytics and figure out how to target your market, etc. Now AI is just going to do that. So it can expedite. So that's twofold. So what that's going to do is eliminate the agencies that you would ordinarily pay, or your time or your staff to do that. But at the same time, your business can grow exponentially because AI is likely going to get it right.
Even though better. AI has, the algorithms have built-in racism and bias, and AI has built-in racism and bias. Of course, we know there was some of that at the agencies too, but now it's baked in the cake in a way that, Zuckerberg just said, this is our business model, right? So since it's being universally adopted, does that mean it becomes more and more difficult, if not impossible, to counteract that bias? Racial bias, gender bias?
Well, that racial bias is omnipresent through any medium for us. I mean, just like you said, either the agencies or industry or, so it's
right. But I can challenge an agency or an individual. How do you challenge AI?
I don't know that you challenge AI, but you can utilize it. There's some things where there's not going to be a bias as much as possible. So I highly recommend and say that for now there are way more pluses than not, and this is all still evolving, but I think as an entrepreneur you can get so much further and faster using it.
Raquel Graham is my guest, and she's your new friend because she's hosting a show. Entreprenuering is the name. It's Saturdays at 1 p.m., premiering tomorrow. We'll continue the conversation. I got a few things that are in the headlines that I'd love to get your thoughts on. And maybe if y'all want to call, you are always invited in. 800-920-1580. I'm Dominique DiPrima for KBLA Talk 1580.
Say the quiet part out loud. KBLA Talk 1580.
Why thank you? Yeah.
At KBLA Talk 1580, we're proud to be celebrating 4 years on the air, but we know we could not have made it this far without you. We work hard every single day to curate conversations that will enlighten, encourage, and empower you. So, from all of us at KBLA Talk 1580, a big thank you for your love and support.
You don't know how much you mean to me.
And by the way, if your smartphone did not update automatically, be sure to download our brand new KBLA 1580 app. We think you'll love all the new features, including new ways to send us photos and video in real time, whenever news breaks, while we're on the air. It's a new dawn, a new day for KBLA Talk 1580, and we're glad you're on this journey with us.
You never turned away, you were right there. Thank you, thank you.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Susan, I'm sorry I'm late. Traffic is terrible.
It sure is. But on top of that, gas prices have been skyrocketing. I can't believe how expensive gas has gotten recently.
Prices at the pump are up, but I never pay full price for gas anymore. I just use the free Upside app that pays you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get paid cash when you buy gas with the Upside app?
Yes, I get real cash back every time I buy gas.
And does that actually add up to anything?
I've made around $200.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the free Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code GOLD for an extra 25 cents per gallon cash back on your first fill-up. You can cash out anytime right to your bank account, to PayPal, or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code GOLD for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code GOLD for 25 cents per gallon cash back on your first fill-up.
Give people what they want.
At KBLA Talk 1580, we aim to foster enlightening, sustainable, restorative dialogue, and we welcome unapologetically progressive viewpoints that empower fellow citizens. We are now accepting submissions for KBLA Talk 1580 guest editorials like this one.
For the KBLA Talk 1580 guest editorial, I'm Martin Gordon, chair of the Pasadena Community Coalition. Recently, I listened to a Tavis Smiley Show conversation with James Farr. James said something that caught me off guard. Black out the Dina is gone. My community is being murdered. I said murdered.
All you have to do is go to our website homepage at KBLA1580.com and click on the icon that says KBLA Guest Editorials to learn more about our editorial standards and content submission guidelines. As long as the topic aligns with our mission, we are happy to review your submission and consider it for broadcast. We can't make any promises, but we want to amplify progressive perspectives that are community-focused and solution-oriented. So, go to KBLA1580.com right now to download all the information you need about our guest editorials. At KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your black.
Thanks for waking up with Dominique DiPrima on KBLA Talk 1580.
Raquel Graham is my guest. She is the host of Entreprenuering, which debuts tomorrow at 1 p.m. on KBLA Talk 1580 and will replay on Sundays. You have been called a mompreneur.
Mompreneur.
Yeah, whatever that term is.
Yeah.
Do you embrace that?
Half and half. It was a bigger term, maybe say, I don't know, a decade ago. But it's really because there's so many moms who've come up with products. So at that time, it was a more popular term.
And you are kind of an inventor. I mean, a lot of small business people are inventors. That is what launches their journey. Is that how you started?
Well, I do invent. I have patents. I have 4 patents now. I did start my company because I needed to create a product for my own kids. That's how it started. So at the time, I was living in Chicago. I had not just had my son. When I left Ebony, after I had my son, that's when I left. But then I started consulting, and during the polar vortex that hit Chicago. I don't know if you guys ever had that out here, but
not really.
Not really.
We had
a little version of it.
Like
yeah,
a baby polar vortex.
Right. Yeah, we had -40, and my kids were. I think they were 5 and 9 at the time, and they just hated wearing scarves, and that was just such an extreme time that you had to, like, you could not go outside with your skin exposed. And they were melting down. It was just an incredibly difficult, chaotic time every morning, and it was exhausting. And so I just thought one day, let me just go online and just find something else that would work. There were no scarf alternatives. Scarves are just scarves. We've all been wearing scarves since the beginning of time.
Right.
Nothing has changed other than probably when we grew up, we were wearing wool. And, then it changed to chenille, and then, blah, 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 all these different kind of materials. The only thing that was on the market at the time was a, goodness gracious, I can't think of the name. It goes over your head, and a gaiter. And kids don't want to wear that. That's the whole, you don't put your kids in turtlenecks. They're not going to wear that. They don't like that it's tight and it's encumbering.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I just went to the fabric store one day and decided to pick out some fleece. And then meanwhile I was there, I got some branded fleece, footballs and Spider-Man and stuff like that. Cut and glued some prototypes together and sent it to a friend of mine to sew. And he sent it back, and I just gave my kids different iterations. And then there was one that they both loved and never took off even when they were at home. And so it's kind of like a dickie, except a dickie goes over your head, but this one, it doesn't go over your head, and it's a patented closure so that they could easily just put it on with probably I'd say 1/10 of the fabric. You just put it around your neck, Velcro closure, and they could wear it loose and tight, and they could do it themselves. And
it's called Nex.
Nex, yeah, that was Nex, yeah. And when I finally decided to take it to market, my first account was with Follett, and they handle a massive amount of college campus stores. And so I landed on the top 40 NCAA college campuses in licensing. That was my very first account. Yeah.
I mean, that story is the classic necessity is the mother of invention.
That's right.
Or else necessity makes mothers invent stuff.
That's right. That's right. And it's kind of like why I'm also a Shark Tank winner. And I think that's why Shark Tank is so popular, because almost every product, I mean, that's the story. What makes it, to me, so popular, I think, and engaging is that the audience can look at the people and see that they've put it on the line, but they're just these ideas that came about in our lives that we created a solution, which turned out to be a problem that many other people had and wanted that same solution. And it's just, that's just what it is.
Did not know you were a Shark Tank winner.
Yeah.
Is that helpful? Like that experience, was that a boost for your business?
Shark Tank was one of the hardest and rewarding experiences.
Tough but worth it.
Tough.
Yeah.
The prep is tough.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not there's real work that goes on before you get to that place. And that had actually been my second time.
Wow.
Most people don't know that. Not on. I tried with Nex and got a couple rounds and didn't. And then during the pandemic, the producers found me. And then they, I almost didn't even open the email, and because you get solicited by a lot of agencies that are, and so I looked up the name. I was like, oh my God, that's the producer. I mean, the executive producer of the show. Yeah.
So you got another shot.
Yeah.
And this time you went all the way.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like, we hear all these rumors and stuff, and you read about how people have different experiences coming out of Shark Tank.
Yeah.
Some people get famous for turning down the deal.
Yeah.
Some people have complained about being exploited.
Yeah.
And it sounds like for you, it was tough, but it was productive.
Yeah, the experience on, I think a lot of those stories might be what happens after.
Yeah.
But the experience, just the whole, it's a ride, and I tend to, when I always tell folks that when I look back at my original business plan, which is always a fun thing to do. And I have things on there like Shark Tank, Home Shopping Network, Oprah's Favorite Things, which I've been on 4 times. Good Morning America, I've been on it twice. My product's been on it probably about, between Good Morning America and The View, my product's been on it about 10 times. Like, all of these were these fantasy.
Those are things those are goals that you have that you manifested.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if we can call it fantasy when it happened.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying they were a fantasy for me when I was writing.
Yeah, they were a vision.
Yeah.
But did you, out of all that, I mean, Oprah's got to be the king, right?
Yeah.
I don't want to correct myself. I don't want to say queen. I want to say she's got to be the king, right?
Yeah. That was one of my, continues to be one of my favorite achievements. For sure.
Yeah. I mean, that's got to be just a high point for anything.
Yeah.
But in terms of the impact on business,
massive.
Yeah.
Massive. Life-changing.
And instantly noticeable.
Yeah. And so what comes with it is, obviously, because it's a very hard process, and goodness, who knows how many products they actually get, but the badge of recognition and that it's a good product, and all of those things happen immediately, and it's just great for your business.
We only have 45 seconds until news, traffic, and sports.
Okay.
So we'll address this afterwards. But it goes to what you were talking about earlier, which is scaling up. And I've seen so many businesses stumble when it's time to scale up. So when you get that Oprah moment or those multiple Oprah moments, The View, Shark Tank, it can make or break. I would imagine it's not always just a make.
Oh, it's difficult.
Yeah.
You have to be ready.
Yeah, were you ready?
Yeah, I was ready.
You were ready.
Yeah. But it wasn't easy.
You were ready, and it was still hard.
That's right.
So when we come forward, Raquel Graham will share maybe how you can be ready, because you're still going to have to do the lift.
Oh, my goodness.
The heavy lift.
Oh, yeah.
But if you don't have any infrastructure in place, you can just forget it.
That's right.
News, traffic, and sports, then more with Raquel Graham on KBLA Talk 1580.
She's reclaiming her time on KBLA Talk 1580. More First Things First with Dominique DiPrima when we come forward.
I'm Bree Wood with BIN News Now. Black House Democratic leader Hakeem Jeffrey says all options are on the table to fight Texas Republicans' redistricting push.
We're going to do everything possible to support the Texas legislators as they consider the best ways to push back.
He's backing state lawmakers, but stopped short of endorsing a quorum break. The Smithsonian Museum in D.C. has removed Trump references from its impeachment exhibit after White House pressure. The display now highlights Johnson, Nixon, and Clinton, causing concerns over political interference and historical censorship. And producer and music exec Dame Dash is settling an $800,000 dispute over the film Dear Frank. He's transferring rights to filmmaker Josh Weber, who accused Dash of falsely claiming to direct the movie. A court hearing may be canceled if Dash complies by August 8th. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Spending 2 hours staring at the back of someone's bumper isn't the best way to end your day. So Jack in the Box is giving you a bonus with their new Bonus Jack Combo. Fries, a drink, and a burger with your choice of 1, 2, or 3 patties, starting at just $4.49. Get so much more.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
I'm a bad man.
The Chargers may have made some progress in finding a backup quarterback behind Justin Herbert. Trey Lance, the number 3 pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, was the main story Thursday night in the Chargers' 34-7 preseason win over Detroit in the Hall of Fame game in Canton, Ohio. Lance completed 13 of 20 passes and threw for 2 touchdowns. This is a very important summer for Lance. The Chargers are his third team since he was drafted by San Francisco. Chargers coach Jim Harbaugh is giving Lance another chance. At the moment, Lance is making the most of his opportunity. The Rams play their preseason opener August 9th against Dallas at SoFi Stadium. The LA Sparks are back in action tonight at Seattle. The Sparks have been playing much better lately in the WNBA. They are 6-2 in their last 8. The Dodgers are at Tampa Bay tonight. The Angels are home against the Chicago White Sox. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson. More news, opinions, and conversation when we come forward on KBLA Talk 1580.
Hi, everyone. My name is Raquel Graham, and I have a big announcement to make. I have my own radio show. It debuts on KBLA 1580 on August 2nd, and it is called Entreprenuering. I'm an inventor, a Shark Tank winner, entrepreneur for over a decade, and a proud mom of 2. I created this show because I know firsthand that entrepreneurship doesn't have just one look. Entreprenuring celebrates what building a business really looks like. Big, medium, small, and micro. Some of us are running multi-million-dollar operations. Some of us are braiding hair in our kitchens. We're bakers, grant writers, laundromat owners, event promoters. Mark your calendars. Please tune in August 2nd, KBLA 1580 at 1 p.m. Pacific time. No question is too big or small. Let me know what you'd like for me to cover. See you then.
Give people what they want.
At KBLA Talk 1580, we aim to foster enlightening, sustainable, restorative dialogue, and we welcome unapologetically progressive viewpoints that empower fellow citizens. We are now accepting submissions for KBLA Talk 1580 guest editorials like this one.
For the KBLA Talk 1580 guest editorial, I'm Martin Gordon, chair of the Pasadena Community Coalition. Recently, I listened to a Tavis Smiley show conversation with James Farr. James said something that caught me off guard. Black Altadena is gone. My community is being murdered. I said murdered.
All you have to do is go to our website homepage at KBLA1580.com and click on the icon that says KBLA Guest Editorials to learn more about our editorial standards and content submission guidelines. As long as the topic aligns with our mission, we are happy to review your submission and consider it for broadcast. We can't make any promises, but we want to amplify progressive perspectives that are community-focused and solution-oriented. So, go to KBLA1580.com right now to download all the information you need about our guest editorials. At KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your black.
This is KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio. That's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580.
Some things can steal your sunshine. Ugh, I just got my hair done.
Sorry, the cooler's broken. Anyone see my flip-flops? Anyone?
But COVID-19 can steal a lot more.
I just took a COVID test. Ugh.
Prescription medications for COVID exist. If you test positive this summer, ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com/COVID-19 to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
There's one question every couple needs to answer. What if something happens to us? Kids, a house, a life you've built. But no estate plan? That's a risk you don't want to take. With Trust and Will, it's fast, secure, and easy to protect what matters most. Start your plan today at trustandwill.com. Use code RADIO to save 20%. Check it off your list. One less thing to worry about. Trust and Will is an online estate planning service. See website for details.
Trust and Will.
This is KBLA Talk 1580, where everybody is somebody and nobody is a stranger. You belong here.
Okay, Raquel Graham is back here giving me AI lessons during news,
Wait,
traffic,
I'm
and
not
sports.
an expert.
Okay, well, tips, suggestions. I just solved one problem that I have in about, a 5-second conversation. Her show is Entreprenuering. It comes on 1 p.m. Saturdays. I feel so dumb I didn't know you were Shark Tank winner. It's like all on her Instagram, Raquel S. Graham. It's in the commercial that we just played. Now, innovator, founder, CEO. Rock Innovation.
That's right.
What is that?
So Rock Innovation, first of all, Rock is my nickname. That's the inspiration name of the company.
It's not because you're signed to Jay-Z.
No. No. So Rock is my nickname. And so Rock Innovation is my product development company, which is basically where I create products that are inspired by my life. And fortunately, those products that I've created have been problem solvers for many other consumers as well.
So product development is you're developing your own products.
Yeah, I'm inventing
but
my
entrepreneuring, maybe you can help other people who are trying to develop their product.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So tune in Saturdays at 1.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I actually, that is the next step. I'm thinking in the next month, because that is originally that was one of my plans. I plan to offer digital courses on how to bring your idea to life, and that includes your business vision, from everything from ideation to prototyping to marketing to manufacturing abroad, manufacturing here, because I started manufacturing here in Illinois. Where I was living in Chicago before I moved to LA. And then when I got on Home Shopping Network, HSN, that's when I scaled to China.
And that's where we started. Before News, Traffic, and Sports was about scaling. I've seen it so many times. Someone gets a huge order, or they get a big break, or a bunch of big breaks on Oprah, The View, whatever. You said you were ready, but it was still hard. What does ready look like? I mean, and where do you even start?
Well, ready in all of those scenarios, first of all, is being able to have the inventory to fulfill those orders. But even more than that is being able to have the operations to fill those orders to get it done. So if you have, for instance, when I first got Home Shopping Network, what people don't know about Home Shopping Network is that, at least back then for me, when I launched on Home Shopping Network, first of all, I launched with Next, and it sold out in 20 minutes.
Your product Next,
Next,
neck warmer.
Yeah, it sold out in 20 minutes, and that was
amazing.
That was my first, show. They asked for, I think it was 5,000 units. They asked for 5,000, and that's what they got. I didn't have any more. So literally, I sold out. I remember getting on the plane. I was in studio, got on the plane to come back, landed, and there were telephone calls from Home Shopping, and I was nervous, and I listened, and they wanted more product. I didn't have any. And when you are on Home Shopping or TV shopping and you don't have anything to sell in the winter, that is the worst because that is your peak.
That's when
time.
Everyone's home shopping because they're not out doing other things. Wow.
So it did well. So they asked me what else I had. If I had any other products, because that's usually how it works. If you're with a retailer or whomever your account, if you do well and you do all the things well, then they want more from you. Sorry about that. It is easier to have you fulfill or give me more product than it is to onboard more people, because it's cost too much money.
You're already in the system. They know that you can deliver.
Exactly. So I had been working on headlights, which is my runaway success. That's my hero product, which is a hat with removable and rechargeable LED light. That's what I won Shark Tank with and Oprah's Favorite Things, etc. And that's because I'm a runner, and I like to run in the evenings, actually. And there were only headlamps at the time, and so I created a hat that had a thin removable and rechargeable LED light. And that was a tremendous moneymaker on Home Shopping Network for years.
Wow.
Like 7 years.
And did you see that? Okay. Pun not intended, but I walked right into it. Did you see that coming?
No. Whenever you come out with a product, it's nerve-wracking. I mean, you don't know how it's going to be received. Many great products don't make it.
Interesting.
Many.
So
there are many great businesses that don't make it.
Right. Yeah, that I do know. Most businesses go down early.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and sometimes
the first couple of years.
and there are a variety of reasons why things make it, things don't. And one of the things I think is so important is that entrepreneurs understand that a lot of people don't talk about it, but preparation is massive, but there is an element of luck to this.
Yeah.
And it's not just entrepreneurship. I think it's when it comes to big breaks, etc.
Yeah.
I think some people may not want to call it luck, but it's luck.
But what would Raquel Graham now tell Raquel Graham, who had offered those 5,000 necks to Home Shopping Network? What would you have done differently, knowing what you know now, with that first opportunity?
I do not think I would. First of all, that's all I could afford.
And that's the reality for many of us.
Yeah. That's what I could afford. And even that, I got a loan for that. And I don't think I could tell myself anything differently. But what I do know is that I did not shrink to that opportunity. That was terrifying to do. And even to produce the 5,000 was terrifying, because that's not a guarantee that it will move.
Right. And you just spent all your money.
Exactly. And it could
investing in yourself.
Exactly. Right.
Yeah.
So I don't know that I would tell myself anything differently. That's just how. But what it did do is I got in the game and I did it, and then it turned into a very lucrative place to be.
Yeah. Well, congratulations on that.
you.
That's amazing. I mean, that is one of the things that, from my understanding, characterizes a lot of Black-owned businesses, is that we many times bootstrap. We invest in ourselves. We might not have an angel investor.
That's
we might not have a loan.
Or a rich uncle.
Or probably not a rich uncle.
Or aunt. Right.
Right. No rich
That's
aunties.
Right. Yeah.
So
Very
there's
difficult.
advantages and disadvantages to that. Mostly disadvantages, right?
All day. We're not playing from the same starting line at all, which is why I'm so obsessed with Black businesses in particular as they grow, and to see them. I'm in awe of them because I know what it took to get there.
Yeah.
It's not the regular journey. It is not. So for you to have gotten to a certain place, I am all ears. Like, I love it. I'd love to hear. And it's usually so incredibly creative how they came up with financing, it's unbelievable, you know?
Yeah.
And I find that to be, and what I hope the show is incredibly inspirational to those that want to do it, which is why I want to teach the digital courses as well.
Yeah, sign me up.
Because it's, for me, gatekeeping the information is useless.
Yeah, I mean, this is. I'm glad you said that, because I feel like we can get into that place, but the reality is, when we create more opportunity, more wealth circulating, more open doors, 9 times out of 10, it's going to benefit you.
Of course,
there is enough for everybody.
More than enough.
And when we make more, there's even more for everybody.
That's right.
Raquel Graham is my guest. She's got her show launching tomorrow, and we're all going to be tuning in at 1 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. We'll keep it going when we keep it going on KBLA Talk 1580.
More of First Things First with Dominique DiPrima when we come forward.
Fatherhood includes being present during pregnancy, delivery, and beyond, supporting your partner and advocating for your baby's health. Black fathers play a key role in reducing maternal and infant health inequalities. Join the free AIM Fatherhood Program and make a difference. Visit blackinfantsandfamilies.org/fatherhood.
Attorney advertising. Prior results do not guarantee future outcomes.
Founded in Los Angeles in 1986, litigation powerhouse Quinn Emanuel has deep roots in the Los Angeles community. Since 2007, we have litigated some of the largest fires on the West Coast. We are proud to be the only AmLaw 100 firm in the country to represent wildfire victims, giving affected individuals, families, and businesses the same focus and individualized attention we devote to our Fortune 500 clients. BTI Consulting has repeatedly recognized Quinn Emanuel as among the 4 law firms in-house counsel least like to oppose in any litigation, and we are often deemed the most feared. And after securing over $80 billion for our clients in various matters firm-wide, we understand why. If you have been affected by the recent wildfires in Altadena and the Palisades and would like to discuss your situation further, please contact wildfire support at QuinnEmanuel.com or call us at 213-443-3050. Quinn Emanuel is proud to sponsor Conversation Live Altadena Rising with James Farr on KBLA Talk 1580.
Attorney advertising. Prior results do not guarantee future outcomes.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. Worried about eviction? You have rights, and Stay Housed LA can help. Stay Housed LA is a partnership between LA County, the City of Los Angeles, and local service providers. From Lancaster to Long Beach, we're here to help you with tenant education workshops, legal clinics, free legal services for eligible tenants, and online resources about tenant protection laws. Don't face eviction alone. Call our hotline at 1-888-694-0040. That's 1-888-694-0040. Or visit stayhousedla.org. Stay Housed LA, keeping Los Angeles residents in their homes. Stay Housed LA, your rights, your home, our community. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. Perfectly imperfect. Beating in rhythm to the world you've created. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzz driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Do you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt or personal loans? With credit card debt at all-time highs, Debt Relief Advocates is urgently notifying consumers of debt relief now being made available, designed to aid consumers with out-of-control credit card debt. Those who qualify and enroll for this relief program will only have to pay back a fraction of what they owe. This is not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. This is a relief program that credit card companies would rather you not know about, as it ends your debt nightmare and saves you lots of money. Consumers owing at least $10,000 in credit card debt or personal loans can now take advantage of this debt relief as the cost of living skyrockets. Debt Relief Advocates has established a relief hotline for you to call to learn what debt reduction you may qualify for. For this free information, call 800-433-8909. 800-433-8909. That's 800-433-8909. Or simply visit godra.com.
The conversation continues right now with Dominique DiPrima on First Things First.
Raquel Graham is my guest. She is our newest host around here. Very exciting. She's doing a show called Entreprenuering, and they say talk about what you know, talk about what you love. That is what you're doing. You're entrepreneuring.
That is correct. And I made it a verb because that's what it is. Every part of it you are, it's doing. It's a verb to be an entrepreneur.
I think that the joke is true that, working for yourself is the worst because you can never get away from your boss.
That is the truest statement. So when I became an entrepreneur, first of all, the motivation was really because I I was having trouble having a second child, and once I did, then I wanted to have a job where I could spend more time with my kids. That was the whole point. And that did work out where, I had 2 athletes, so I was there. I wanted to be at everything. But my goodness, I did not hear really much chatter around how hard entrepreneurship is.
Yeah.
It is, you have to be a special breed, not a better breed. I always try to, to be clear about that. But entrepreneurship is not for everyone.
Yeah.
At all.
I mean, there's something great about just getting a check and not having to solve every problem of the business.
That's right.
And
but
then again, yeah. But then again, you can manifest amazing things.
You can.
And that sure sounded like it had a big asterisk next to it.
It's just very, this is what I usually say. Entrepreneurship, the highs are incredibly high and the lows are low.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's.
Okay, well, we didn't really get to the news cycle because your story is fascinating and that's cool. And it's fun to talk about entrepreneur. But the one thing that I will say, it's August 1st. It's Tariff Day. This is shifting the whole landscape for entrepreneurs. I would imagine, especially folks like you who are manufacturing actual products. You're not baking sweet potato pies and selling them here, where maybe we could grow our own sweet potatoes.
Yeah, yeah. Well, my tariffs we have a little bit of reprieve because I'm in China. I do produce in Korea too, so I saw there at 15%, which is great.
Manageable,
right? I shouldn't say great. Isn't it funny how things change?
Everything is relative, right? Because compared to 150%,
That's right.
It's great.
That's right.
Compared to nothing, it ain't great.
That's right. So I'm actually hoping that there's something magical that's going to happen by the time my stuff gets on the water for this season. However, that 150, whatever it was, 145, I can't remember.
Yeah, it was a lot.
Laid me out. And I know people, many peers, who closed their business because it wasn't, many things happened during that time, actually. There were people who had things on the water, and this was a very big thing that happened during this time. Many businesses had things on the water.
Meaning on the way here from wherever they were in a ship.
That's right, freight on the way here. And the tariffs hit, and they could not afford it. So what they did was they didn't pick it up, and then they would send it back to China. And so what would end up happening is they just closed their business and gave it to China. So there are going to be a lot of American brands that people think are still American owned that are Chinese owned because the people just gave them up. There was nothing. They couldn't afford it.
Right. So
and you can't pick it up. If you pick it up, then you have to pay.
Right.
And
now it costs 15 or 150% more. So that tax on the Chinese company, they're passing it on to the person who ordered that product.
We pay it. Like I pay that tariff when I pick up my product.
Right.
Yeah.
China's not going, we got you, Raquel.
Yeah.
No worries.
Yeah. But I will say, and this is I don't do this often, but there is something great that came out of the tariffs. There is a true imbalance, especially when it comes to e-commerce, like on Amazon, dealing with Chinese, say like Temu and Shein, which is what Trump just
fast fashion.
Yeah.
Right.
So they wouldn't pay those tariffs under a certain amount. I think it was $800 or $500. So it's really impossible for us to compete.
Meaning if they're shipping less than $800 worth of product, they're not paying any tariff. Is that because it's Temu or is that because it's Amazon?
Well, I think in the tariff, I think Trump just passed something specifically for companies like Temu, and because it's so cheap, like you can't. I mean, this is the ongoing issue, really. I mean, the stuff comes in so cheap, which is great on one end, but it's
like AI. It's great for the person buying it, not great for the American business that has to compete and pay tariffs.
So I'll give you a perfect example. I learned in my business. So if I'm getting a package from China on DHL, this is a perfect example. I may pay $145 for a regular size package, right? But it's on my account. So what I learned to do is tell my manufacturers, you send it to me and bill me back, and it's probably a third the cost.
So it's going to cost them a third of the amount that would cost you as an American entrepreneur.
Yes, that's
to
right.
ship it
to me,
and then they pay, and then you pay them back.
I just pay them back,
and that's crazy.
It's crazy.
So it's almost like the U.S. entrepreneur is being punished in ways. I mean, and with a lot of this, we don't have time for this opining that I was about to do, but with a lot of the policies that we're seeing coming out of this administration, there are sparks of truth there.
Yeah.
The question is the solution fair, honest,
I can't speak to the whole,
and we'll see.
Right,
we're
exactly.
We're about to FAFO.
Right.
On that.
That's right.
Raquel Graham, congratulations on your show.
Thank you.
Tell people how to follow you, buy your products, take your classes.
Yes.
All the things.
Follow me at Raquel S. Graham. That's where all the information will go down on Instagram. And you will learn more about classes. My show is Saturday at 1 p.m. here on KBLA 1580.
Speaking of small businesses.
Yes. And my website is www.roq-innovation.com. That's where you'll find all of my products, headlights, etc. We sell at REI and Amazon as well.
Wow, congratulations. We got 60 seconds here left before we get to the close. Anything you want to share or anything you want to leave us with this morning?
Well, I'm hoping that the audience will love this show as much as I'm going to love it. I am personally going to just love hearing all the stories. And we have a variety. And I try to make the guests as relatable as possible and then as aspirational as possible. So I have, tomorrow I have Dionne Phillips, who is the pioneer, believe it or not, of eyelash extensions.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And when the first
D-lashes,
black woman to
right?
have, that's right.
Yeah, she's wonderful.
Yeah. And just listening to her story and, it's the journey is interesting, but we're here in LA and to see and to just learn about what you can do with your skill and talent. Who would have thought? I mean, she's been doing lashes for 30 years.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah. So it's really, and then I have people who've done mergers and acquisitions. I have banks coming in. All different. Yeah.
Well, Raquel Graham, it's been a pleasure talking with you. Very nice to meet you on the microphone.
Thank you.
The best of Tavis Smiley is on next. Everything he did all week long that you might have missed, you get to hear it right now. Don't forget, you can hear our podcasts on the app. We love when you download the KBLA 1580 new and improved app because it helps make us stronger. Please follow, like, subscribe, argue, and hit me up all weekend long at KBLA 1580 on every platform. I'm at DiPrima Radio, DiPrima, and then radio. Like my mama, the late great poet laureate Diane DiPrima used to say, history is now. Like I always say, we're making it together. Until next time, one love.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Bree Wood with BIN News Now. Black House Democratic leader Hakeem Jeffrey says all options are on the table to fight Texas Republicans' redistricting push.
We're going to do everything possible to support the Texas legislators as they consider the best ways to push back.
He's backing state lawmakers, but stops short of endorsing a quorum break. The Smithsonian Museum in D.C. has removed Trump references from its impeachment exhibit after White House pressure. The display now highlights Johnson, Nixon, and Clinton, causing concerns over political interference and historical censorship. And producer and music exec Dame Dash is settling an $800,000 dispute over the film Dear Frank. He's transferring rights to filmmaker Josh Weber, who accused Dash of falsely claiming to direct the movie. A court hearing may be canceled if Dash complies by August 8th. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Spending 2 hours staring at the back of someone's bumper isn't the best way to end your day. So Jack in the Box is giving you a bonus with their new Bonus Jack Combo. Fries, a drink, and a burger with your choice of 1, 2, or 3 patties, starting at just $4.49. Get so much more.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
The Chargers may have made some progress in finding a backup quarterback behind Justin Herbert. Trey Lance, the number 3 pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, was the main story Thursday night in the Chargers' 34-7 preseason win over Detroit in the Hall of Fame game in Canton, Ohio. Lance completed 13 of 20 passes and threw for 2 touchdowns. This is a very important summer for Lance. The Chargers are his 3rd team since he was drafted by San Francisco. Chargers coach Jim Harbaugh is giving Lance another chance. At the moment, Lance is making the most of his opportunity. The Rams play their preseason opener August 9th against Dallas at SoFi Stadium. The LA Sparks are back in action tonight at Seattle. The Sparks have been playing much better lately in the WNBA. They are 6-2 in their last 8. The Dodgers are at Tampa Bay tonight. The Angels are home against the Chicago White Sox. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson. More news, opinions, and conversation when we come forward on KBLA Talk 1580.
At KBLA Talk 1580, we're proud to be celebrating 4 years on the air, but we know we could not have made it this far without you. We work hard every single day to curate conversations that will enlighten, encourage, and empower you. So, from all of us at KBLA Talk 1580, a big thank you for your love and support.
You don't know how much you mean to me.
And by the way, if your smartphone did not update automatically, be sure to download our brand new KBLA 1580 app. We think you'll love all the new features, including new ways to send us photos and video in real time, whenever news breaks, while we're on the air. It's a new dawn, a new day for KBLA Talk 1580, and we're glad you're on this journey with us.
You never turned away, you were right there. Thank you, thank you.
Time now for the best of Tavis Smiley on KBLA Talk 1580.
Try to keep it coming. Things ain't always smooth, but I'll be alright as long as I can find the groove. Yes, I will. Somehow I know that I can make it. You seeming like my style. Alright. Don't you worry, I'm gonna be around a while.
Live from historic Leimert Park in Los Angeles, California, I'm Tavis Smiley, and I'm so glad to see you and me back in stride again. Before we get started with today's Best of Tavis Smiley show, let me invite you to follow me on Facebook and Instagram at The Real Tavis Smiley, and get updates on X, that's formerly Twitter, at Tavis Smiley. By the way, should you miss any part of today's program or want to catch up on previous shows, you can always visit thetavissmileyshow.com. That's thetavissmileyshow.com, or wherever you get your podcast, and listen to the Tavis Smiley podcast version of this program at your leisure. Another great Best of Tavis Smiley show on tap for you today. In our second hour today, a conversation with UC Santa Barbara professor and founder and CEO of Black Insights Research, Christopher Sebastian Parker. In our third hour today, Kenneth Crouch. In this first hour today, 2 more conversations on the B side of this hour. A conversation with Councillor Dr. Lillian Sainoy Barr, Northern Ireland's first black mayor in the city of Derry. Imagine that. But we commenced today's show in conversation with our regular contributor, Dr. Cornel West.
Keep your self-respect, your manly pride. Get yourself in gear, keep your stride. Never mind your fears. Brighter days will soon be here. Take it from me, someday we'll all be free.
So Cornel West is the only person that appears on this program that chooses his own music. His walk-on, well, if you're in studio, we let all of our guests who come in studio choose their own walk-on music, but no matter where Cornel West is in the world, he chooses his walk-on music, and I am not surprised that on a day like